morning and welcome to ABC News Ghana. This is ABC Headlines. I am Khadija Isifu. Coming up in the headlines, a member of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat Task Force has died after a tragic motor accident near the Boase Airport. The minority in Parliament has voiced strong opposition to the government's plan to acquire 6 new aircraft, including 2 for presidential use, at an estimated cost of $1.2 billion. We have these and many more coming up. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at ABC News GH_. Now to the details. Recruitment into the Ghana Armed Forces in the Greater Accra region is set to resume today, Thursday, November 20th, 2025, following a temporary suspension of the exercise at the Elwak Sports Stadium after a stampede claimed 6 lives on Wednesday, November 12th. Following the tragic stampede, President John Dramani Mahama ordered the GAF to halt the process to reevaluate safety procedures and restructure the screening system to prevent a recurrence. In a statement announcing the resumption, the Ghana Armed Forces said that stringent measures have now been implemented to ensure a safe and orderly exercise. Here among these is the creation of 5 separate screening centers to manage the flow of applicants and reduce crowd pressure. Director General of Public Affairs at the GAF, Captain Veronica Ajo Ahin, said the new arrangement will strictly limit the number of applicants admitted each day. According to her, only 1,200 applicants will be screened daily. The numbers that will be at Elwak will not be more than 1,200. This is because we are going to have 2 groups there, each made up of 600 potential recruits, she explained. A member of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat Task Force has died after a tragic motor accident near the Boase Airport on Wednesday, November 19, 2025. According to the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, the accident involved a 5-member team that was on its way to carry out a major anti-galamsey operation in the area. In a statement issued by the Media Relations Officer of the Ministry, the operation formed part of ongoing national effort to clamp down on illegal mining activities within the enclave. The ministry confirmed that 1 officer died on the spot while the remaining 4 suffered serious injuries. The injured officers are currently receiving medical treatment. The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources extended heartfelt condolences to the family of the deceased officer and expressed deep concern for the injured personnel. He wished them a speedy recovery and pledged full support during their treatment and rehabilitation. The ministry noted that a full investigation has been launched to determine the cause of the accident. It further assured the public of its continued commitment to ensuring the safety and well-being of all frontline personnel engaged in the fight against illegal mining. The minority in Ghana's parliament has voiced strong opposition to the government's plan to acquire 6 new aircraft, including 2 presidential use, at an estimated cost of $1.2 billion. As outlined in the 2026 budget, the plan has been a subject of intense public and parliamentary debate, with the minority labeling it as a misplaced priority given the country's current economic challenges. Addressing the media after a debate in Parliament, ranking member on Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee, Samuel Abujinapo, indicated the government's plan seems to be misplaced in the current economic condition.
Two fundamental issues which became subject matters of contention today in Parliament. One, that the government is purchasing 4 helicopters and purchasing 2 presidential jets. 2 is that the government is going to spend a whooping 13 billion plus Ghana cedis to purchase these 6 aircrafts, and which is about 1.2 billion United States dollars. Is it a good way of spending our taxes? Is it a prudent step to take in the circumstances we find ourselves in our country, where nurses are agitated for recruitment, where arrears to nurses have not been paid, where teachers are not receiving arrears, where farmers are having a raw and bad deal across the length and breadth of our country, in the farming enclaves of our country, where rice is rotting in warehouses, where maize is not being purchased, where purchasing power is low, where the workers of Ghana have been given a salary increment of just 9%, where today liquidity is not in the system and everybody is feeling very tight in terms of circulation of money in our country.
The Member of Parliament for Foasia Yoruba, Kojo Opon Nkrumah, has called on the government to prioritize investments that directly create jobs as part of a 2026 budget plans. Speaking on the floor of Parliament on the Wednesday, November 19, he emphasized that the success of the budget in promoting growth and employment
really intends to create growth and jobs. They need to be investing in the job-creating initiatives. You can make all the noise that you want. If your revenue doesn't perform, you won't get the money to invest in it. If your revenue doesn't perform and you don't invest it in the things that will create jobs, the young people will come for you at the end of the day. You say you don't have fiscal space. You are doing fiscal discipline. So I was shocked to hear you say that now you have space to buy a new executive jet. 2, actually. You don't have fiscal space. You don't have fiscal space to finish paying the contractors on outstanding projects, but you have fiscal space to buy 2 executive jets. This budget really intends to create...
Away from Parliament, Minister for Education Haruna Idrisu has responded to the peaceful protest by unposted teachers who hit the streets on Wednesday to demand postings. Addressing journalists on November 19, the minister reaffirmed that the education sector remains Ghana's largest employer. He noted that resolving issues concerning unposted teachers is key to government priority, and steps are already underway to place them in schools. Haruna Idrisu announced that Cabinet has approved the recruitment of 6,100 teachers, all from the 2023 graduate cohort, who he said have been duly accounted for in government recruitment records.
Education remains Ghana's largest employer. So the Director General of GES is here. I understand that some striking teachers are looking for us on the streets of Accra. And then to respond to them, that Cabinet gave approval for us to recruit some 6,100 more teachers. And therefore, that category of teachers which belong to the 2023 cohort are adequately captured. I'll be surprised if it is the same group that is on the street. They rather should be looking for us and going back to offices for purpose of audit and identification to be restated to be paid. Education remains Ghana's.
Education Minister Haruna Idrisu has announced the government's intention to construct new technical universities as part of a broader strategy to widen access to tertiary education across the country. Addressing journalists during a media engagement on the 2026 education budget, the minister revealed that the plan initially proposed certain technical universities in Jasekan in Oti region, the Techiman in the Bono East region and Damongo in the Savannah region. However, he clarified that Damongo will instead host a University of Science and Technology, while the two technical universities will now be allocated to Jasikan and Techiman.
And then for higher education, we want to establish 2 new technical universities in Jasikan, Techima, and Damongo. But now Damongo is getting the University of Science and Technology in Damongo. So I may have to take a decision, but in consultation with the president. Originally, the thought was to situate a technical university in Damongo. So now that they have a science and technology university, maybe I'll shift focus to do Jasikan and Techima and still give Damongo the science and technology university in order to get equity. But because the remit of a technical university is different from a science and technology university, I want all 3 to take off. I met with the contractors this morning. Once they get guarantees from Get Fund, they may be able to get them going simultaneously. So Techima, Jessica.
That's how we wrap up with the headlines this morning. For more news, visit our website at www.abcnewsgh.com and follow us on our socials at abcnewsgh_. ABC in the Morning with Abna Mante comes up next. I am Khadija Isifu. Have a nice day.